For all this talk about Lisa being the stalker, I don't know, it seems maybe you're a bit obsessed. But you may want to rein it in a bit, Doc. I don't think the wifey will be too forgiving the second time around.
Do you think this is a joke, Johnny?
I think it's sad that a talented, smart woman like Lisa has been reduced to feeling so worthless. You slept with her. And from what I hear, gave her the hopes that you guys actually were going to have something real, maybe. And then you tossed her out on her ass when your wife became wise to the whole thing. It's no wonder she's out of sorts.
Out of sorts. Lisa tried to kill Robin. You tried to cover it up. Not only that, but you made it into some twisted little game pitting Lisa against Robin. You knew how desperate Lisa was to find that syringe. She could have heard, she could have killed Robin or anybody else in her path, and you just let it happen.
Yeah, I know Lisa can be volatile at times and make some pretty poor decisions.
Poor decisions, Johnny. Get real. I mean, kidnapping my daughter, that's a poor decision, or trying to kill me? You're gonna find some way to excuse that?
Patrick played a pretty big part in Lisa coming undone. How can you expect her to move on when he keeps dragging her back into this sick obsession every chance he gets? Maybe it's him trying to justify this one-night stand, maybe it's for his own ego. Either way, he deserves what he's getting. It's just a shame that you're being dragged into the whole thing.
Son of a bitch. I mean, he doesn't care who Lisa hurts. He doesn't care about anything. I'm sorry, Robin. Look, tonight was supposed to be about us. I don't want to let Johnny and Lisa ruin it. I'll get some cookies.
No.
Oatmeal?
Let's just go.
I'll answer any of your questions about Africa.
Okay, can you just start at the beginning? Because we already know that you helped, because of your charity. That was your excuse to get close to Brenda.
No, my commitment to ASEC is real. But I deliberately reached out to Brenda because it had been months since anyone had heard from Alexander. And Theo was desperate to find out his whereabouts.
You weren't?
I was hoping my son had started a new life, as far away from his father as possible.
Then why help Theo find him?
Self-preservation. It was easier to go along with Theo than to go against him. But once I found out you were pregnant, I couldn't stand back any longer. I knew if Theo found out Brenda was carrying Alexander's child, he'd stop at nothing to get his hands on the baby. I couldn't let that happen. Alexander was a sweet, sweet boy, and he would have grown up to be a good man. But Theo corrupted him. I couldn't let him do that to another child.
What happened to the baby?
You never had a fever. I gave you drugs, and I found a doctor to induce labor. There was no miscarriage.
Oh my God.
You delivered.
You are a heartless bitch! You are a heartless bitch!
I am sorry.
How in the world did you ever let me believe that my baby was dead?
I'm sorry. I know what you were going through.
You don't know anything. You don't know that I carried that child in my stomach for 7 months and I loved him. And then he was gone. Because you took him from me.
It was the only way I had to save my grandson.
No, Uncle!
I know. For a long time, you're the only person I can be honest with. Everyone else, I had to downplay my emotions so they wouldn't worry. You taught me that it was okay to be myself.
You did that for me, too. I was always afraid with Brandon that I would do or say something to set him off. That's why I ended things. I was tired of living in fear. It's not like that with you. You don't have to carry a gun to make me feel safe. You just do. Because I know that you would never hurt me.
Yeah. I now Brandon can't hurt you anymore either.
Brandon, oh man, that was the biggest mistake of my life. I'm not sad that he's dead. My only regret would be that if somebody I care about were to be blamed for his death.
Hey, look, you don't have to worry. The cops will not be able to prove who killed Brandon.
How can you be so sure?
Jason's too smart to get caught. He took care of Brandon for me, so I wouldn't have to.
Hey, how was the restaurant?
Oh, the reviews didn't do it justice. The food was incredible.
You tried the beignets? I hear they rival any you find in Paris.
Actually, a dessert didn't really work out.
Oh, well, next time we will remember to save room for dessert. So how did everything go here? Any problems? Emma was an angel. You know, she only woke up once. Yeah, and she went right back to sleep. So, been quiet ever since. Well, bedtime has been a bit of a struggle lately, so you must have the magic touch.
Thank you very much for coming last minute. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. You know, I'm usually free, thanks. So keep me in mind when Stephanie isn't.
We will.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Night.
Night. Are you gonna talk about what happened?
Thought it was over.
Then why do you look so upset?
I've spent the last 3 years of my life devastated over my son.
You think I don't know that? You think I don't see how you suffered? I was there, Brenda, through all of it. It killed me to see the pain you were in.
You could have ended that. You could have ended the pain that I was in. At any time, you could have just come and told me the truth.
Suzanne's lied about everything, and it could be, you know, she could be lying about this little boy. Very easy, right? It's not, it wouldn't be the first time Theo used her to get to you.
Theo is dead.
And we're going to take your word on that?
You think I would have brought Lucian here if it weren't safe? I led him into an ambush. He's not going to blight my grandson's life the way he blighted my son's.
And you were married to Theo, what, for how many years? And you're going to just double-cross him just like that?
Theo and I ended years ago. When he used me as a shield, that was no effect. He would have gladly let Jason or Dante put a bullet in me to save his life. We may have been married, but his love for me ended years ago, especially in comparison to his feelings for his grandson. Theo saw Lucian as his second chance. He would have turned him into a monster, just like he turned Alexander. I couldn't allow that. Now, I brought him here as soon as it was safe. But if you don't want him, I understand, and it's fine with me.
I'm sorry I got blindsided like that.